Test, 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 test. Hope you guys can hear me. I've got no audio from any of the cars. Great. There we go. Right, I'm just going to do a quick mic check. Bear with me. Sorry guys, I don't know how to adjust my audio mix, so if my voice is too loud, I'm sorry about that. You're just going to have to deal with it. I'll try to speak quietly. But we are here today for Bolt Racing Group. King Mural, who races in OFR, has persuaded me to stream the qualifying. We are round 7 out of 12 here in Bolt Racing Group. Great name, by the way. And we have 17 drivers racing around the fan favourite Monza. Hopefully we should have an absolute spectacle here today. So, got a lot to keep an eye on. Welcome to the stream, Nils and Lex. Good to have you here. Yeah, let's see what we've got. I've not commentated in a very long time, but let's see how I get on. Now, we have got someone coming around the final corner. Let me see if I can find him. Here we go. We've got Chris Arbel. Don't know what to call him. Let's call him Chris. As he crosses the line now, he's got his DRS wide open. He's currently coming up into turn 1 now. Let's see where he brakes. It looks like it's going to be right at that 100 meter mark. It's a little bit of a lock-up. I'm not sure if that's just a game or not, but he has got through turn 1 and turn 2. Okay, back on the throttle, back up to full acceleration, and he is in 7th gear now, up into 8th, going 190 miles an hour now. Let's see his braking zone into the second chicane. You usually want to brake just before the 100 here. You brake just after it, actually. Is he going to take any curve? Yes, he is. He's managed to get that turned around very well. Takes a little bit of outside curve on the exit of the second chicane, and here he comes into the Lesmos. Now, he's hugging that inside. He's pushed it a little bit wide, not too much though. A little touch on that curve on the left-hand side. You don't want too much there because there is gravel on the exit of turn 6, but he's managed to avoid it right now. We've got a yellow in sector 3. Someone's just coming into the pit lane as he comes down the second DRS zone here into Ascari. And again, look for that 100 meter board for the braking zone. He brakes just after it, takes a lot of inside curve, kisses the right-hand side there, and he's back up to full throttle. He's got a slow car ahead of him, hopefully going to pull him along with a little bit of slipstream there as he comes down the back straight. His sector 2 was looking pretty healthy as well. We've got Lingy going pole with a 1:19.994, really decent time into the final corner here. He's almost nailed that. Look at that, back up to full acceleration very, very soon. I think he's coming into the pits. No, he's staying out. He's trying to cut that track distance. He crosses the line and he goes second to 1:20.042. Just under a tenth off that pole time by Lingy. Great lap by Lingy there. Now, let's get back and see who else is on a hot lap right now. It looks like we've got, is that a Red Bull coming down the final back straight? It is. He's not set a time yet, so we must be on a hot lap right now. He looks like he's staying out. He got a little bit wobbly just as he was going up into 6th gear there. Got a bit too early on the throttle again. He's cutting that track distance down and he's crossed the line. And these are some weird names. Blackfest has gone third, a 120.1, just 600 slower than P2 and a few tenths down from P1, so another great time here. As far as I'm aware, these guys are using assist, so it is an assisted league. Unlike OFRs, we see someone just cut turn 1 and go straight on. That was a little bit dangerous there. Maybe he'll be getting a penalty for that. You shouldn't be allowed to do that. But there we go. So we've got some time set. It's a 119.9 so far. Only one driver has broke the 120s and got into the 19s. Mural, the sexy beast, hit that like button. Lex, thanks for that. And King Mural is saying, holy, I'm allowed to swear, holy shit, robot, have a breather. Just leave me alone, Mural, alright? Just concentrate on your driving. Where are you right now? You're in the pit lane. Come out and set a lap. Now, where is Raz? Raz is just about to come around the final corner now. Let's see what his lap is looking like. So let's ride on board. As you can see, he's got that DRS wide open. He sticks to the left-hand side of the track now. Again, look for that 100-meter board for a braking zone. As he comes into Retifilio, now there's no lockup there. You can hear it on the rear wheels, but I think that's just the game bugging a little bit. He gets through nice and tidy. I'm sure if he dropped down first, some people do, but it looked like he held on to second there. Anyway, back up to full speed now as he comes round Curva Grande. Again, look for that 100-meter board as a braking reference. Let's see if he's going to take a lot of this inside curve like we saw previously. He breaks things 100. A little bit of a lockup on that rear right there, but he gets through. And let's see how he gets through the Lesmos. So that's the first one at turn 6 there. Takes a little bit more curve than we saw previously. Very nice. He's very stable. Drops it down into 5th gear and back on that accelerator as he powers through and opens up the DRS down the back straight. Coming up to Ascari now. Now he's swerving a little bit. That's not going to help his cause here if he wants to set a good time. Brakes just after that 100. Takes a tiny bit of inside curve. Again, you can see that right wheel just hugging the curve, helping him to get a little bit of extra rotation. And he's back up to full throttle before he's even left turn 10. That's a good sign there. You do not want to lose any time as you come down this back straight. And here he comes into the parabolic. He brakes at about 25 meters there. He's got a little bit wide. He's having to ease off that throttle. You can see he's to lose about a tenth or two there. He's going to cross the line. Let's see what he can get. He's only gone 6th fastest with a 1:21.1. Now we might see some of these drivers setting 1 or 2 in this game. You do leave the pits on 70-degree tyres, and with the lack of downforce right here, the low ride heights, it's going to be very, very hard to get those tyres up to temperature. So again, you might see them doing more than the usual one warm-up lap. But let's see who else. We've got a Ferrari, or is that an Alpha coming around? Here we go. Someone's got disqualified. Clutch the Y has been disqualified for driving the wrong way. He must have spun at the Lesmos, I think. Yeah, he did, and he must have been pointing backwards. That's a shame. But here he goes. Near. He's just set a 1:29.12. That pushes Primetime Raz down to 7th place. So another decent time, but still only one driver, Lingy, who has broken the 1:20 there. Only 10 minutes to go of Quali. Now, you've got someone on an outlap. May is on an outlap. He's just gone through the Lesmos, so we'll leave him for now. We've got, here we go. We have got Alpha about to set a hot lap, so let's ride on board with him. So here he comes down that main straight, coming in to the first chicane. Again, you can see there, he's braking at that yellow 100-meter board, a little bit of a lockup there. He takes a lot of inside curve. It doesn't unsettle the car, though. He's looking okay. He's powered out of 3rd gear there out of the first chicane. That's the first time I think I've seen that this session. And he's climbing up those gears early, a little bit of short shifting maybe, I'm not sure, but he is on a hot lap. Let's see what his sector 1 time is. It's a 26.299. Now he keeps it in 4th gear as he goes through the second chicane there. Little snap of oversteer there. You can probably tell he's running 0-0 wings. It doesn't look like he's got any front end whatsoever. He's missing the apex as he goes through turn 6, and is he going to hit turn 7 apex? He's missed it again, and he's spun. Oof! Oh, the car's actually ghosting. He is facing the wrong way, so let's hope he doesn't get disqualified. He is clear. There's a car coming. He's reset the track, and now look at this. Someone's had to swerve out the way. Is he? No, he's warming up his tyres, I think, so he's managed to avoid an incident there. But yeah, you do have to be careful when you're coming out of the second Lesmos there, because if you do get a bit of oversteer, you can snap straight into that wall on the DRS zone, so you do need to be careful there. Let's see if he's going to stay out for another lap. That definitely would have heated his tyres up a little bit. So let's see if he sets another lap. How much time has he got left? They're just coming into the pits. Okay, so who else is on an outlap? King Mural is on an outlap. Here he comes around the Parabolica. Let's see what he can do. So he's trying to cut track distance already, which isn't good. He should be positioning on the left-hand side of the track here, and that will reduce the track distance there. And it also lets you get a little bit more acceleration out of the Parabolica, but he's broke just after that 100-meter board there. He's taken a lot of inside curves. Second gear, you can see a no early upshift into third. He's carrying second the whole way through, as we see another driver cut straight over the chicane. What is going on in the Bolt Racing Group? Anyway, he's coming around Curva Grande now. Look for that 100-meter board, and let's just pay attention to how much curb he takes on the inside. He's locked up a little bit. He's managed to turn it round though when he's held on to third gear there. Back on the throttle nice and early. Now let's see if he can hit the apex as he goes through the first lesson. That's looking a lot tidier. A lot tidier. A little kiss on that outside curb there, and again turns into turn 7. He's got a car in front of him. He needs to get out of the way. We've got another car spun, and that hasn't distracted Mural though. He is back on that throttle. DRS wide open, and here he comes downhill into Ascari. Now he's got a yellow flag ahead. Again, he needs to be careful. Someone's spun at the exit of turn 10. He's looking, he had to lift slightly in 6th gear there. You can see that back end just step out ever so slightly. But here he comes down that back straight now. Is he going to nail this braking zone? He needs to make sure he does not get on the throttle too early. Patience is the key as you go through the Parabolica here. And he actually dropped it down to 5th there. Not ideal, but he's managed to keep it on the track, and he's cutting that track distance now. He's going to cross the line, and he's going to go 7th past this. A 120.670. It's still Lingy on pole, the only one to break into those 119s. Is anyone going to be able to beat him? I don't know. Now, we've got Robbo on an outlap. Oh, we've got Acid Masters. He hasn't in his last lap. Let's hope he hasn't invalidated this lap as well. It depends where he came off. Is he going to be invalidated? No, his track has gone green, and he is on a hot lap now as well. So he has yet to set a time. Him and 2 other drivers. He needs to set it. He's only got 6 minutes left, so he may be able to come back in and set another one if this one doesn't work out. We've got a yellow in sector 2. Someone's come off again at that second Lesmos. So round the Curva Grande he goes. Keeping it clean on that right-hand side there. Braking just after that 100, drops it down to second. Oh, first time we've seen second gear there. It's an early upshift into third. He would have probably lost a little bit of speed. He wouldn't have been able to carry as much speed if he had stayed in third or fourth, but he's holding on to it okay. A little bit slow through the first Lesmos. Let's see if he can nail the second one. Brakes at about 25 metres. Hugs that inside line early on the throttle. A little snap of oversteer there, but he's looking stable again. He has opened his DRS. I thought it was closed there. It must have just been the camera angle. He has opened it. We've got a green flag ahead. Someone's slow just after Ascari. Takes a nice amount of inside curve there. Again, a slight kiss on that right-hand side. He drops it down another gear, so I don't imagine this is going to be a particularly quick lap. He's using a lot of engine braking to keep his car on track. Again, probably running 0-0 wings, but he is looking stable. Into the final corner he goes. 4th gear he drops down to there. Doesn't look very confident in the car, but again, it's stable. That's what's important. And he crosses the line with a 120.691. That's only 600 slower than King Mural time, so that is a fairly decent time. I reckon if he doesn't drop down those gears into the chicanes, he could probably gain a 10th or 2 there. Who else is on an outlap now? We've got Alpha, who met to the Parabolica now, so let's stick with him and see how he gets on. He needs a nice exit here. He needs to keep his car to the left-hand side of the track. That will allow him to gain more speed as he crosses the line. He's doing it well. That's a better position. Pay attention, Mural. DRS wide open, and his lap begins. So we want to see somewhere in the 26s for sector 1. Let's see if he can nail it. Now, this time he's looking a bit more stable. A little bit of a lock-up. He misses the apex through turn 1. He hits it at turn 2, though, and he manages to hold on to third and get that car turned around just in time to power on the throttle. Here he comes down around Curva Grande. Oh, he's pushed it a little bit wide there. You would normally see these guys hugging the inside a little bit more there. But he's held on to third here, and he's back on that throttle nice and early. He did have to lift a little bit, but he did squirt that throttle a lot earlier than some other people are. He's looking strong. He's looking stable. Some might call him Theresa May right now, but here he comes around turn 7. Early option into 6th again. I don't think he has to drop down around to 5th there. I think he had enough rotation to get that done, but his DRS is wide open and he's going downhill now. He's top speeding at 2:11, 2:12. Is he going to get to 2:14, 2:15? We just saw it. That is a very, very low downforce setup, possibly the fastest I've seen so far. And he's in 7th. Is he invalidated? No! I thought he messed up on the exit of Ascari there, but he's managed to keep it in. A little bit scruffy. Probably lost about 1/10 of a second there, but let's see how he does. He still hasn't set a time, so this is going to be his banker lap. Back on that throttle nice and early. Again, I don't think he needed to drop down to 5th there, but let's see if he can do it. He's keeping to the right-hand side here, reducing that track distance, and he crosses the line in 4th place, a 1:20.146. Absolutely fantastic lap by Alpha there. Well done. Just 3 minutes left on the clock now. Now, Original Payu, it says he's on an out lap. Where is he? He's going through the Lesmos right now. Let's see if we can find someone else on a hot lap. Oh, it looks like we have one here. We've got Albrecht. Thean Albrecht. These are the craziest names I've ever read. Wow. So here he goes through Curva Grande. Right, into the second chicane he comes. He's not on a hot lap, I don't think. He's going very, very slow. No, I don't think he's on a hot lap. Let's switch to someone else. Who's coming around? We've got a Mercedes coming around the final corner. Is that King Mural? It is. Should we stick with him or are we being biased? We've got a Ferrari off. Is that someone else cutting the first chicane? I don't know. Where's Primetime Raz? He is on a in-lap, I think. Doesn't look like he's going particularly quick. Where's King Mural? Oh, a bit of a lock up there as he goes through the first chicane. Second gear, he's managed to rotate it well enough though, and he's powered on nice and early as well. It looks like he's got that Mercedes setup absolutely nailed here. Again, I think the lockups are just a Codemasters EA bug that they haven't fixed in 4 years. He's purple in the first sector, Mural is, so he is on a pole lap at the moment. A little bit scruffy as he goes through the second chicane there. You would have expected him to just run that a little bit wider and get on the power a little bit earlier, but he's looking okay. He takes a lot of outside curb on the exit of 6 into turn 7. He goes a little bit late with that brake there, and that's compromised his exit speed, but he is back up to full throttle now. Let's see what his sector 2 is. Is it going to be another purple sector like his sector 1? No, it's not. It's green though. He is 2.5 tenths up on his time, so he is still looking like he's on a decent pole lap at the minute. Is he currently in 12th with a 1:26.70? He's got a lot of tow from his teammate there, pulling him along. Clever tactics here from Mercedes. Is he going to get out of the way? Yes, he is. There goes Raz out of the way to help his teammate get into that pole position. Now, is he going to do it as he crosses the line? He's going to stick to the right-hand side of the track. Remember, he was on a 1:26.70. He crosses the line and he goes only 7th fastest. What happened to his second and third sector there? Mural, I am disappointed in you. Very, very disappointed. Anyway, let's get back. We've got a yellow in sector 1 and 2. I think that's just Mural and Raz going a little bit slowly there. Everyone has set a lap now, apart from Clutch the Wire, who has been disqualified at the Lesmos for turning the wrong way, I believe. I think that's Mural cutting the chicane there. 10-second time penalty for him. Who else is on a hot lap right now? It looks like Near is on a hot lap. Is he going to cross the line and improve on his time now? He's on a 1:50, so this must be an out lap. Oh no, it's not. Sorry, it's a 1:26.47. And I think that's... Yeah, I don't think he's going to have time for another one. I'm waiting for this yellow flag sign at the top left to tell me how much time's left. 30 seconds left, so he will have time for another one. We do have a driver off at the final corner. Oh, and he's gone completely off. And there's another Red Bull, Buekfest. He's gone off again at the Lesmos. This is definitely the DNF zone of this track this time round. You do see this in quite a lot of leagues, actually. People just carrying a bit too much speed, being a little bit too ambitious through these double right-handers. And yeah, you do definitely pay the price, especially on the exit of turn 7, because again, you can fly straight into the corner on the right-hand side. And yeah, you've got to be careful there. We've got another driver off. Sui Ross has retired, I think, on track just as he's coming up to the second chicane there. We've got Lingy. Actually, Sui Ross has actually gone faster. He's gone 500ths faster than Lingy. So now Lingy is going to be trying to beat that. Let's stick with him and see how he gets on and he goes through the first Lesbos. Again, look how much closer he is to that apex. He has got that absolutely nailed. Let's see what the second Lesmos is like. Again, nailed. He's managed to just keep that right wheel on track and therefore he hasn't invalidated. His DRS is going to be wide open. Let's see what his Sector 2 time is going to be. Is he going to go purple? He's not. He's actually 200th down on his fastest. But anyway, let's see. He could turn this around in the first and third sector. We didn't manage to see his time in the first sector, unfortunately, but let's see what he can do. Quali, the checkered flag is now out, so when they cross the line, this is going to be it. Is he going to be able to improve on his time? He's absolutely nailed the final parabolica as well. He's cutting that track distance. He's already up into 8th gear. Is he going to be able to beat the time? No, he's not. He's going to stick with his 119. He was 1,000th off his time, his fastest time. Now, let's see who the McLaren is who's coming around the corner. It looks like it's original Payu. That's everyone. That's everyone done. That's Quali over. So, thanks for joining. Round 7 out of 12 for Bolt Racing Group. That's Quali done. They are now onto a 50% race, and because Mural hasn't transferred me the funds, I'm not going to be commentating it. But of course, you can join his Discord server and look at the results once it's over, and I'm sure some of them will be streaming themselves. But it's Hervina with a pole of a 119.925, followed very closely by Sui Ross, a 119.944, and Lingy rounding out the top 3 of the 119. Slower than P2. King Mural, whereas he starts in 8th place. We've got Crisbury in 4th. But I'm not even going to try and pronounce these names. There's no point. I'm going to have a hell of a time doing it. But there we go. Let's just quickly scroll down to see 14 to 17. May, Robbo, Original, Payu, and Clutch the Wire. That's it, guys. That's me streaming done. We've got an OFR race in an hour and a half's time, so hopefully we can see some of you guys there. And if not, have a great Saturday. Goodbye.